Hey guys, it's Train Like Hill back at it with another shoe review for you guys. I've got my co-star Basil here today. I don't know if you guys have met. Today we're going over an exciting shoe. This is INOV8's new Roadfly Zero. And the reason that this is an exciting one is because typically we've always had Altra or Topo as kind of the only two brands which do, anatomical zero drop shoes with more cushion. But INOV8 has completely rebranded. They're launching entirely new lines, and part of those lines will include some zero drop shoes. So we are going to go ahead and unbox this here. So I just received it in the mail today. Oh, you guys are going to roast me with comments. This is not my best work. Alright, so I do like the box. Let's go ahead and open it up. Alright, so here it is. I got the light gray and blue colorway. This is a size 12.5. I'll talk about sizing later, but I'll mention now that I did size up a half. Normally I'm a 12. And oh yeah, looks like we also got a INOV8 headband, so that'll be nice for this summer. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. Alright, so here they are. It's the blue colorway with gray. And let's go ahead. Yep, we've got the signature boomerang footbed. You can see I got the wide fitting one. All right, so overall good clean packaging. I like the box, and yeah, I mean pretty standard, but it looks clean. Let's go ahead, we'll try these on. All right, here they are. So I haven't laced them up proper yet, but already I can tell, yeah, good foot shape. I am glad that I sized up. I'm probably working with maybe even a little less than a centimeter in the front, which fortunately, being the wide fit, it feels okay. But yeah, something to consider, do get at least a half size up. All right, so I will take them out for a little walk around and give some first impressions just from a walk. Okay, so I was out and about for around an hour or so, took them to the store, just walking around, kind of see how they feel. So some first impressions just as far as walking and day-to-day goes. The toe box is very comfortable. I think sizing up by that half gives the perfect amount of length for the shoe. So I love the fit, length and width-wise. Now what I did notice, and it didn't take long, was that there is a little bit of heel drop to this insole. And so when I put my foot in, I could feel that little bit of raising up. And what that also kind of does is it kind of would push my heel up into this interior of the shoe. And I rolled with it, while I was out and about, but I was curious, so I came back and I grabbed my Bare XF and took the insole out. And yeah, there is, it's not substantial, maybe 3 to 5 millimeters. I'll do my best to kind of show you. I'll kind of flatten that heel cup down. But you can sort of see, there's a few extra millimeters there. If you guys can see that between the front and the back. And so it is noticeable. I'm hoping that it will compress over time. And so that's why today's is kind of just the first impressions, just to let you guys know what I'm feeling. But overall, everything else is very comfortable. It's a good looking shoe. I like the foam. It's a very balanced foam. I feel like it gives a good amount of softness for, pavement and all of that. Running, I haven't run yet, but I kind of took a little jog. It felt nice, but it's not so soft that you feel like can't find your footing. You're being a marshmallow all over the place. So overall, I like it. I'll be curious to see about this boomerang footbed, how it compresses over time. All right, so that is the kind of recap on the walking. Next, let's go for a run and see how it feels there. All right, so I'm outdoors now. We're gonna go ahead and take it for a run. I'm just gonna go for a mile or two. I'm not trying to do a full run here, just get an idea for our first impression video. Okay, so I'm about not even quite a half mile in yet, and I think I'm actually gonna turn around. I'm gonna switch out the insoles. I'm really feeling that high stack. Okay, so I've been back out now. I swapped to the zero drop footbed, and wow, what a difference. My heel and Achilles do not hurt, and it feels like my heel just sits much more naturally in the bed. So we'll talk about that here soon, but I did switch out that footbed. All right, so we are back from the run. Nothing crazy, just did a couple miles to get a feel for it. Overall, feet are feeling good, shoes feel good. So let's head on inside and let's break it down. All right, so I am back from that short 2 mile run. You saw I had swapped out the insoles maybe a quarter of the way through, and so we will touch on that. But first, let's just kind of go over just the general kind of first impressions throughout the shoe. So starting kind of with the upper, a nice soft material, very breathable here over the toes, but you still get a pretty durable toe cap, so I really liked that. The laces are actually very nice quality. They just stay very secure, and so I thought that that was a nice touch. The heel cup is a little bit short, and we're going to kind of dive into this more, but that is something to note if you have a high volume foot. This heel cup is a little bit short, so you kind of need to play with the lacing a little bit. Now the midsole foam is yeah, really good, very responsive. It's that nice balance of cushioning but also springiness, you know, with each step. And then the tread, there's a very light tread. It's just a couple millimeters. I did notice on the website the footbed is, or the outsole is black, and on here it kind of kept the same color as the midsole. So I thought that was interesting, but it's not a bad look. And overall, yeah, just a very good anatomical foot shape. So that kind of leads us, yeah, into that sizing and fit. So most shoes like Altra or Topos, I'm getting a size 12. INOV8, just in case you don't know, before you buy, size up a half. That kind of holds true for all their more recent models. We've got a 12.5 here in wide, whereas usually I'm like 12 wide in Ultra or Topo. So yeah, great performance. I like the materials. We'll of course see how the durability is in the long-term review. I'll try and get 50 to 100 miles on them. But let's kind of talk about the biggest issue that I had, and that was the footbed. So as you saw, I came back, I swapped out from my Bare XF. I took those insoles, that's why they look so used, and tossed them in here, and that immediately fixed the issue I was having. I was getting kind of cramped up in this heel cup since it is a little shallow. That high cushion on the original footbed that came with these was just really pressing my heel into this interior, and it wasn't feeling good. So I was not even a half mile in and getting like heel pain, Achilles pain. So I just came back and I swapped them out. Now after doing that, within a minute, everything was resolved. The foot felt better. It sat much more securely in the shoe. And that's not me being like a zero drop purist. I still use, you know, Topo shoes, which have a little drop on them. I'm not opposed to heel drop from time to time, but it just does not fit this model. they should have gone with just a fully flat insole, and I'm not entirely sure why they don't. So that's something to consider. If you have any Xero shoes, Vivo Barefoot, something that you can swap the insole, you might find a little more comfort doing that if you've got a slightly higher volume foot and ankle like me. Overall, the shoe itself I love. I'm a big fan of this model on its own. I would give this like an 8.5. I think the upper feels great. The midsole feels great. Even the side here, I was a little concerned about the arch digging in, like I've had with the Escalante line. No problem there. The arch wasn't digging in bad. It's really just that newer footbed, which just with that extra thickening here at the end, I hate to say, but it kind of makes this a little unusable. So with the footbed, I would have to give it a low score, like a 3 out of 10. But then if you have something to swap it out with, then I love it. It's an 8.5, maybe even a 9 out of 10. So something to consider. I hope that INOV8 does kind of address that and at least give the option to flat insole, because this really is a fantastic product otherwise. So I hope that helps. As always, let me know if you have any questions, leave comments. But otherwise, yeah, like the video, share, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next review. Train like hell, out.